Sasi Tharoor use in their
Yeah,
speaking.
very
Like
fine.
sometimes they use onomatopoeia, sagacious, proxy of simplification. No use of these kind of words. If I am talking to you today and if I will use some hi-fi English and idiom and phrases which is very much high, then there is no meaning of talking.
About you is that you are really great communicator. The kind of body language you have, that is really great. Very less people to have. So when you keep continue the things, keep spreading the knowledge that you do have, and hope emotions into words also. Congratulations to you. So that tone.
Lot of people are doing conversation nowadays, but they are not going into the depth. I want
Yeah,
you to go into the depth and let's talk something about it. Like how someone should work on the voice modulation if they cross the beginner level, I can say. You know. So how
absolutely.
should
So
they work?
these.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. How about you?
Also good, fine. So as we are meeting for the very first time, so I would like to know something about you.
Oh, why not? So this is Rajesh Kumar. I'm from Odisha, Bhubaneswar, and I do work as a part-time speaking trainer. I have been teaching to some to students for some speaking examination from last 1 year. So yeah, that is what I do. What
Okay.
about you? Would you like to give a brief intro?
Okay. So as you can see, my name on the display. My name is Pawan Madesya, and I am connecting to you from the Uttar Pradesh. I am a fresh graduate, after which I am into preparation of government jobs. But apart from all these, I started a YouTube channel to enhance my communication skills, and that's why I'm here.
Okay,
So
that's pretty great.
before we start our session, I would like to know what's your education credential are.
Okay, education. Like I have completed my masters in chemistry.
Yeah. Okay. You know why we ask the education and certain things because so that we can connect each other more and can ask question in a more better form, right?
Okay,
So
why
that's
not?
why we ask. Yeah, actually I'm a BSc graduate and like through PCM it was a general BSc. And so I can see that if you have done your master in chemistry, so you must be have a degree in like BSc. Am I
Absolutely,
right?
that is a basic.
So that's why we always ask about the educational qualification. What is the background? Yeah.
Hmm.
So as you said that you have done your master in chemistry and you are now working as a part-time speak like what you said.
Speaking
Can I know
trainer.
again, please? Okay, part-time speaking trainer. Wow, that's great. So you are doing these things in online mode or you are doing in your local area?
Mostly my students are online, like as they're out of state, so generally they connect through online platform.
So how do you advertise your like speaking like do you run any ads? Do you have any kind of like process where you get a student from?
Well,
All around the
initially
place.
I was teaching in one online application named Leap Scholar IELTS Prep. So from there I started, and there are some other students those who are really interested. So I started from some application, but nowadays as I have some speaking page on Instagram also, from there I get a lot of students.
Okay, so that's nice. So it means that I can learn so many things from you as well today. So
Yeah,
what
well.
was the purpose to do a session like this with me?
Oh, well, see, nowadays, no, my YouTube channel is not that active, but whenever I went through some YouTube channels like you, and there are a lot of people whom I have interacted with, and I get a lot of inspiration, and it is something, no, recording videos regarding content is a different thing, but when we go for conversation, then people get some basic idea that how to talk to people and what are those minor mistakes we make, and from that from conversation people can learn a lot of things rather than from normal videos regarding grammar and structures. So that is the
Okay,
purpose.
so okay, great, great, perfect. So sir, as you said, you are a trainer, and why is it so challenging to face in the like facing camera and talking to the people on the like camera? And when we are doing the general discussion over it's on no matter it's on the call or it's on the chat or when we are talking with our friends, so we feel very much comfortable to talking with them in English, especially if I talk about.
Yeah.
But when we have to face camera and face to any stranger and if we have to talk in English, why we face it? Why it is so like sometimes we feel very much fear, like how to talk, how to face them. Maybe they are going to judge me. So how to handle all those situations?
Well, initially it happens because people do have different kind of personalities. Some are extrovert, they can easily communicate. Some are introvert. Some people do feel shy also. So initially, if you
Yeah.
want to be a communicator, you need to get rid of all those basic fear. Because when you want to learn something, you have to get out of your comfort zone. So initially, maybe it will take some time, but once they will start facing the camera and communicating with people, whether it is online, offline, video or audio, but they will get more experience. So it is more about knowing your strength and working on that if you're lacking at some point.
Okay. So it's all about practice and practice enough.
And
Okay. So
also,
that's
and
yeah,
also you need to
perfect.
know like why you want to learn. Like if you are enjoying something, you can do it very easily. But if you don't
Yeah.
enjoy, it's really hard to learn.
Actually, creating of my YouTube channel is this. Like I love to enjoy talking with multiple kinds of people. There are various kinds of people with whom we can learn so many things. You know, like you are from Odisha and I can't talk to you in Odia. So English is a mediator through which I'm able to talk to you today. So, when you send me your YouTube channel link last night,
Mhm.
right? So I visited your YouTube channel where I saw some of your videos where you are making videos regarding, personality building and all those things. This is related to communication skills, body
Yeah.
language, and all those things. So have you taken any course in this field and how did you get interest? Like you love to do these all things.
So initially, when I started, even I was not that good. So initially, I started all these things for learning purpose. But once I started gaining some experience, I thought that I should share my journey with people, and even if someone is lacking at certain point, then so that I can help them. So that is how I started. So it is more about learning and sharing with people the experience that we do have.
So how did you get all these experiences? Like you have done all these things to learn from YouTube or you have taken any course, I asked.
Like as you can see that people know it's not that easy to pay something to learn. So normally there
Yeah.
are a lot of things we can get from YouTube. So YouTube is really a huge platform, but it is all about searching the right place, the right content, the thing that you are interested in. So it is all about
Yeah.
doing some research, and there are a lot of online applications also. Some are paid, some are free. So I have been part of a lot of online educational applications. So somehow from there I got some idea. And YouTube is everything I must say. No? If you're lacking or having doubt, then you can go there and clarify that doubt. That is how it is.
It's very challenging nowadays because lots of creators are bombarding with their content
Yeah,
nowadays. So it is very necessary to figure it out that which content is good for me and which content is not. So how we can
absolutely.
identify?
Well, first of all, I will say one thing that people find more relatable when they find something which is related to them. For example, if you're a basic speaker at a beginner level, then you'll find yourself more connected with those beginners. So that happens.
When 6 months before when I have created my YouTube channel, at that point of time, like there were only five or the six people. Mostly 10 people were there on the YouTube channel who were making conversational kind of videos. And there was like Asu official. I hope you know him. Karisma Chauhan, Rajni Burma, and there are many more creators. So that time when I was uploading videos, I was getting good views. And but due to anomaly, I was irregular. I become irregular, and I was not putting videos due to some exams and due to some personal reasons. And now when I came back on the YouTube to start my journey again, I started a lot of people. Many kinds of people are uploading video nowadays. There are many people who are uploading two videos in one day. So if all the viewers will become a creator, then who will watch the video? So this is really a challenge to be successful on the YouTube. But yes, I can say if you really have some kind of like skills and something like that, then you can grow. There are some chances of growth. So I am also thinking to make solo videos. Right now I am taking free courses which is available on the YouTube from the IIT Roorkee, and the courses is of public speaking. It is
Oh, that's
a
great. So is it
content of
free?
60 videos. Yeah, you can search on the YouTube that free public speaking course from IIT Roorkee. It is a collection of 60 videos where you can learn so many things. If you want to get a degree, certificate also, then you have to sign up on the NAPTEL, and it will take 100 charge, and you can go to your near institute and give examination, and then you can be certified. And you can teach online by saying that I am a IIT Roorkee certified trainer. So this is something, as you mentioned before, that there are a lot of content on the YouTube which is totally free. No matter it's about like personality development, body language, English speaking. So what are the genuine things that we can follow on the YouTube channel if someone who is very much beginner on the YouTube, if he wants to learn English without distracting with a lot of people? So what should he do?
Well, see, there are two kind of things which people need to know. First of all, when we are trying to learn something, for example, a foreigner wants to learn Hindi. So when he will come to
Yeah.
India, definitely he will go
Mhm.
for the speakers. Those are really good at Hindi. Normally, native
Yeah.
Hindi speakers can help you, but someone for someone who is not native in Hindi, the person knows a
Yeah.
little bit of Hindi, but it is not authentic. So it is all about learning from the proper source so that it will be long lasting, it will be more effective. So that is what
Yeah.
we do follow. Like if you want long term effect results, then you have to go for the authentic sources rather than beating around the bush or going for those normal things.
Yeah.
Normal thing watching is not wrong, but completely following that or blindly following that would be really a blunder. I mean, initially, maybe
Yeah.
you'll feel really interesting or motivated. Later on, you realize that you skipped something. So,
Yeah.
learning is a different thing, but evolving is another thing. So, it is
Oh,
all about choosing the right content so that it would be good for your long term running process. So it is all
obviously.
about the
Very true.
investment for the future, not about the current.
Yeah. Very true, very true. You have to find out the authentic peoples if you really want to learn this language. And also you have to surrounding with those peoples who are very good at English, as you mentioned that if someone who is from the foreign wants to learn Hindi, then you have to go to the native speaker. Likewise, if you want to learn English, then you have to surround yourself with the people who is very good at this language. Absolutely
True.
true. I remembered one quote that if you're the smartest if you're the smartest person in the room,
In
then
the
you are in
room.
the wrong room.
Exactly.
So basically, if you want to learn English, then you have to find someone who is better than you. Like so, I also try to talk with so many people because at the end I find out that it's build the confidence. And while doing, when you will see my first conversations when I was doing, you can see I was very much, feeling very fear, and I was my voice and something like that. I was not very much confident enough. But after doing 30 and 32 sessions, no matter with whom I am talking, I'm able to do a conversation for at least 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And I watch podcasts a lot. I love to watch podcasts from all around the world. It's not from the India. Just get some podcasts are like the BBC News I also follow. Some podcasts are from the foreign. So when you watch podcasts, the thoughts, the lack of thoughts when we are feeling, it's a gap filler, I can say. It's fulfill your knowledge. If you have the knowledge of all the things, not a very much knowledge required because
True.
you are not going to do PhD and something like that. You need quite few knowledge about all the things. And if you have this kind of mindset, and if you have this kind of uh, accessibility, I can say, then you can talk to anyone. So I love to watch podcast and love to sometimes read Wikipedia a lot. Through Wikipedia, I learn so much vocab, and I atoned myself for this, the injustice I have done with myself in the past. When I was learning this language, when I was watching some kind of cricketers and they were speaking English, I got in, I got an inspiration that I have to also speak like them. So I was searching a lot on the YouTube that how to learn English. Some people were making videos like learn English in 30 days. Nowadays, some people are claiming that learn
Yeah.
English in 7 days. How is it possible? It is really not possible. No matter. So that's why finding an authentic place and authentic people around you is very much important. And as I mentioned, that if you want to learn English, then you have to be with the smartest people. So
Undoubtedly.
yeah. So do you think it's really build confidence when we are talking with better people?
Yeah, you get to know a lot of things because whenever we talk about communication, it is not only the voice that comes into your mind. It is all about
Yeah,
body language, gestures, eye contact, and expressions also matters. People do think
yeah,
that speaking is enough. No, words are not enough for communication. Maybe you are a good speaker, but whenever we talk about communication, it is really a vast process. So that includes a
yeah,
lot of things: voice modulation, and expression speaks louder than the words. I must say. For example, I'm saying something, and I'm not having
yeah,
the smile in my face. I'm not having any kind of body language or gestures. Then you'll be thinking that you're talking to a recorder. So that
yeah.
is what the difference.
Very true. Very
So
true.
there's a lot of things. And that is what I say to most of my learners. Whenever they come and they're quite comfortable in audio speaking, but I say that try to face the camera because in interview, you have to face the interviewer. So if you're not confident enough, your body language will get negative reactions. So that is something which you need to improve. So that happens.
Yeah, and nowadays everything is being digitalized. No matter if
Mm.
you are doing a work in like in offline mode as well, then you have to give your interview in the online mode. And if not interview, then there are some meetings for the
True.
like for the growing of the company. If you are belonging from IT sector or if you are in the college nowadays, the meetings are happening in like in online mode where you have to face camera, where you have to talk with the seniors. So you need that confidence, and you should have that ability to speak and to convey your idea, the message in such a way that the peoples who are in the meeting or anywhere can understand you easily. Right. And as you also mentioned that communication skills is not only speaking fluently, you have to have like kind of body language, you have to have like the voice modulation you mentioned. I love this topic very much, voice modulation. Sometimes
Absolutely.
what happens, voice modulation, I learn something from YouTube also, that where a person was telling that if your voice modulation, can you mention something about voice modulation, that how should we work on the voice modulation? There are a lot of people are doing conversation nowadays, but they are not going into the depth. I want
Yeah,
you to go into the depth and let's talk something about it, like how someone should work on the voice modulation if they cross the beginner level, I can say. you know so how
absolutely.
should
So
they work
these
on
are
it?
something for the advanced speakers, or we must say the upper intermediate speakers. So they should be
Yeah.
focusing on this. And one thing which you mentioned that listening to podcasts can help them a lot because when you'll observe what is the way of speaking, what are those things,
Yeah.
then you'll get to know. So whenever we talk about modulation, first thing comes into our mind is pronunciation. If you know the pronunciation of word properly, depending on the phonetics and syllables, you can easily grab the first thing. Then second
Okay.
thing is that while speaking something, there are some comma and full stop, we say punctuations. So focus on that as well. No, it's not that continuously speaking, talking, talking. No, pauses are there. So you need to have the pause.
uh,
When you're addressing something, then you have to address in that. When you're having questions in your mind, so there should be a question mark. That happens.
yeah.
And also, for example, you are congratulating someone. So congratulations is kind of exclamation. So normally what people say, congratulations. But what is the emotion in that? So you have to put emotions into words also. Congratulations to you. So that
Wow.
tone. So these are
Wow.
few basic
Oh,
things. When you'll
very
observe,
nice.
you'll get to know.
uh, yeah, it's very true. Some people thinks that pauses are very bad, but I think pauses are very good.
Exactly.
And when I realize these things, when I have done a seasons with taking a lot of pauses, and when I watch that video later, I feel this video is really, really very much beautiful. And the second thing you mentioned, that the monotonous, people are speaking like a journalist. In a
Oh,
one way, they want
no, you
to
don't need to go like a
complete
bullet
their
journal.
sentence. Yeah, they want to complete their sentence as like their train are, putting away from them. Okay. And the voice modulation, really, it's really a very important and hot topic, I can say, for the people who are just uh, going on to the intermediate level or the upper intermediate level. Like if you want to say someone that if you are like voice modulation, I think is connected with body language also. How I can tell you, if you want to say someone like you are brave, so this is the one way. And the second way is that you can say that you are brave. So
Yeah.
who is better? Obviously, the second one is better. When your body
Gestures, yeah.
language and your voice, yeah, gesture is connected each other, your communication, the way of talking, the way of representing something, it becomes more beautiful, magnificent, I can say. Otherwise, a lot of people are talking, lots of people are making videos. So this is something that is people should follow if they have crossed some limits.
True.
There are some people who are very much famous on the YouTube. I don't want to take their names. They are talking like they want to do something in a very fast way. You know, looks speaking what I feel while watching the public speaking course of IIT Roorkee. They were telling that hi-fi English, like Sasi Tharoor use in their
Yeah,
speaking. Like
British
sometimes
accent.
they use onomatopoeia, sagacious, proxy of simplification. No use of these kind of words. If I am talking to you today and if I will use some hi-fi English and idiom and phrases which is very much high, then there is no meaning of talking because you will be not able to understand.
Yeah,
So
that's
the
not
talking,
communication.
yeah,
Speaking and
that's for the
communication.
exams I can say. Yeah, I was preparing for SSC CGL for a few months where I had to learn a lot of idiom and phrases. I learned a lot of idiom and phrases, but I forget while using in between the conversation. It's not easy to use it,
And half.
So it's not required. I feel, few basics idiom and phrases are good. Like you use one idiom and phrase today, which I noticed, beat around the bus without
Yeah,
going into there and here. Come on to the point.
come to the point.
So yeah, so that's all you can use, but that's a very nice thing you said all the things. And okay, so what's next? Do you want to talk about?
Well, no, these are something we all do know. And first of all, people need to understand what communication is. Communication is
Yeah,
always a two-way or multi-way process. I'm a good speaker, but that doesn't make me a good communicator because if I'm speaking and speaking, as you mentioned, the words like sagacious and once in a blue moon, the idioms we are going to use, but I'm not able to convey my message to the audience. So it is incomplete. Maybe I'm a good speaker, but I'm not a good communicator. So that is what the barrier that creates. And another thing is that it is not about quantity all the time. It is about the quality that you are giving. So
yeah,
you have to speak less, but it should have more impact. So it is, we say,
yeah.
effective communication. So how
Wow.
effective it is? There are a lot of people, lot of speakers are speaking, but how to identify why you are different? Why a interviewer will select you? If you have something different, they will go for you. Normally, all are different, and people need to understand that thing. What is your strength? What you have? What you can gain? So these are few
Yeah,
things people will understand. Then they will get the better version of themselves.
yeah, yeah. Obviously, it's very true that a speaker or the people who want to speak something, they have to understand the audience, like
True.
with whom you are talking and which stage you are talking, what kind of public are there, and then you have to choose your sentences and your speech
Exactly.
like that. You know, so that's very good. Like I know Sasi Tharoor use those vocabs and something when he is speaking something in the British Parliament,
Uh,
or when he's writing something on the Twitter, which have been now X. You know, so
he has his
so
own
that's thing.
dictionary.
Yeah, he has his such a good nice man. I can say he has a good
Yeah, yeah,
knowledge
I
of
love him.
hi-fi vocabs. So that's a very good thing. And so, today's session is already been 28 minutes. And nowadays people are not watching a long video. And I want to do more session with you. But for
Sure,
this
sure.
time, I want you to end up
Definitely,
this
definitely.
conversation
Yeah.
right now here.
That's
And we
because
will
I
be
have
doing more
interacted with a lot
sessions.
of people. But the thing is that this level of speaking we want.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I also learned a lot of things from you. And I'm wishing you for the very much good success that you are working in online mode.
Thank you.
I have seen, when I was watching your one videos on the YouTube, I continuously, again and again watched a lot of videos. You video made on pronunciation where people use Wednesday. That should be
Yeah,
Wednesday.
Wednesday,
People use
exactly.
data, which should be data.
Data.
So, and also you put some item and phrases, you put some like kind of synonyms, antonyms,
Yeah.
and how to build confidence. So I want you to start this journey. I want you to continue your YouTube channel. Why did you stop it? Please do. You have that kind of potential, and you have that kind of like the power of speaking, the language skills, which many people do not have. So you can continue your journey. You can upload one video at least in a month, I can say, or in a week. But you can continue these things. Maybe you got success.
Okay.
If you,
Thank
this is
you
your
very
if this is your like a skill, if this is the thing that you are doing already in online mode, So why you can't do it on the YouTube channel as well? So please keep it continue. And that's a lovely conversation today with you.
Thank you very much. I'm really happy that you watched the video and you mentioned all those things in detail. So that is nothing less than a motivation for me. And the best thing
Yeah,
which I have noticed about you is that you are really a great communicator. The kind of body language you have, that is really great. Very less people to have. So when you keep continue the things, keep spreading the knowledge
yeah,
that you do have, and hopefully in next session we will share more things. So thank you. Thanks for
yeah,
inviting.
yeah. Thank you very much. Take care, Rajiv.